everybody. So I have gotten this question so many times. Like, how did you learn to plan in the dashboard? How did you switch from a vertical to a dashboard? How do you get your plans in there? Like, how do you, I don't know, just a lot of questions about how do I use the dashboard. So what I have here is a dashboard planner that I don't really use, just to kind of do some like practice layouts and to show you guys some things. And then I also have over here my actual planner so that I can pull things out and show them to you. This is a July 2021. It's just an old one that's on discs or extra sheets that I can pull in. So we have July here, and what this dashboard planner looks like. So again, this is for people who are brand new. If you're a Happy Planner veteran, you can go ahead and fast forward or, do what you do. Happy Planner is one of the only brands that makes this layout called the dashboard layout. And it's similar to like a horizontal hybrid or like a horizontal like to-do list all on one page. So you have like a regular monthly here. So you have just like your small boxes to keep track of your month, but this is where it gets a little different. So your weekly spreads, they look like this. You have all of your days of the week on one side over here. So you can see that they kind of go this way. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then weekend is down here. So Saturday, Sunday. And then you have a box up here. Sometimes this box in the past has been labeled. So in one of the very first dashboard layouts they did, which I think was like the Mom Life Planner, this said meals up here because they were, trying to help moms out with planning meals. But most of them now are blank like this. So you can really use the space for whatever you want. And then on the other side, you have some, I guess, categories. And we all know that in the creative planning community, we can do basically whatever we want. But the way that this is set up in this particular planner is that it has errands to buy, calls, emails, bills to pay, and then focus down here. So what I've seen also sometimes, depending on the dashboard layout that you have, I think the home body layout is the only one that does this, is it'll have a long checklist all the way down this way. And then you'll just have two boxes and then like a shortened box down here. But then you can kind of mix and match and do whatever you want. So the first thing that I would say that you need to think about when you are looking at your dashboard layout is, how do you want to use this planner? Are you like me and you just bought the planner and then you loved it and you're gonna figure out how to use it? Or do you have a purpose in mind that you wanna use a dashboard layout for? Or did you really like the look of the planner, but it's a dashboard and you're not sure how to use it? So it could be really any of those things, but you need to think about what you want to use it for. And so the ways that I use my dashboard planners are for my catch-all. And so what that means is I just plan life basically. So there's my monthly, but this is a weekly. I didn't have anything written in here, but I use this section as my meals up here. I do use that. And then I use most of the sections how they're intended. So I do errands up here. I do to buy. Sometimes I'll switch these up, and I want to actually work on switching these up a little bit more, but in the past, this is how I've used it. Calls and emails, and then bills to pay. And then this bottom space, I don't use as a focus space. I use this as a preview to next week when I'm using this as my catch-all. And then in here, I will just do some decorative elements, but then some functional things as well. So I've noticed that my decorative elements are not quite as heavy when I'm using a dashboard layout as they are when I'm using like a vertical or something, for example. And then I have a social media planner that I use that is dashboard. And so this is my social media planner. And so this was from July. So I used this, I used the month just how it was, and then my weeks I used like this. So the categories that I use over here for my social media are videos. So I put up a video every day, or at least I really try to put up a daily planner video or some kind of video for you guys. And right here is where I track my videos. Then I put over here my to-dos, my to film, my Patreon, and my podcast. I've been actually thinking about changing up the to-dos and making that an Instagram category or doing something else. And then down here, I will track my stats. So for Instagram and YouTube, start of the month followers, and then end of the month, and then start of the month followers and end of the month here. So that's how I use it. And then here I will just put different meetings and things that I have, or other like functional things that I have going on, or things that I need to do that day for social media. So that's how I've been using my social media planner in the dashboard layout. I've seen people use them as their work planner. I have seen people use them as their school planner, whether they're a student or a teacher. I've seen people use them as their wellness planner. Like, the cool thing about the dashboard layout is that you can really use them for anything, which I guess you could say for really any planner, but I just feel like this layout is so versatile. For the longest time, I was a vertical planner, and I love dashboard now. Like, I don't think I could go back to planning vertically because I learned how to plan in the dashboard planner, which is what I want to help you guys do here as well. Then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to decide what you want to use each section here. So like we talked about before, is in this particular planner, you have errands to buy, calls and emails, bills to pay, and focus. And then you have a blank space up here with days of the week, and then you have a whole bunch of different boxes with your actual days of the week. So you need to think about how you are going to use those sections in either the most functional way for you or in the most decorative way. I haven't seen anybody memory keep in this, but I would say that's not outside of the realm of possibilities. But when we look back, and we'll just kind of go back into my planners, so we can see that, like, I don't always use the categories as they're intended, and sometimes I do. So in this planner, I've been using the categories as they're intended, other than this one. But you can also, because we are all decorative planners, or well, I guess not all, we're like functional decorative. I don't know your life, but you can get creative with it. You can get some stickers out. You can, you know, put your stickers down here and change them up. And you could even, like, from month to month, change them up. I feel like that's kind of the way that I'm gonna go with my catch-all kind of going forward. There's some really cool ideas over on Instagram as well. And there is a Facebook group that is just dedicated solely to the dashboard layout that you guys can check out. I'm not affiliated with that group. I'm in the group, but I'm not, like, I don't know, I don't run the group or anything like that, but I just thought I'd share with you since that's another good idea. But you can cover up these ideas or these pre-planned categories. I do wish, oh my gosh, I feel like I have all of these little nitpicky things that I tell you guys about the Happy Planner every time, but I do wish that on more of their products that they would leave categories blank. And I know that they have to set things up for people maybe who are just starting out planning and that kind of thing, but I do wish that I could get a dashboard layout where all of these were just boxes or like one long checklist. That's actually my favorite dashboard layout, is the one that's the homebody layout. I just don't love the colors. I'm sounding very picky right now, but I just don't love the colors of the homebody. But I would love it if this was all one checklist, blank, not labeled or anything, and then there were some open-ended boxes, kind of how this box is open-ended. So you have your days of the week, but you can do anything you want in here because it's not labeled. I've noticed that they also tend to label things in like their budget planners, and I don't love that. I don't love that very much. So I do wish that that was happening, but you guys can always, because we are decorative planners, you can do anything you want. And I'm just gonna use this planner as basically a space to show you what you could do. But this is colorful boxes. If any of you have this sticker book, or if you have anything else, any other sticker book. So in your adulting sticker book, you have, let's see, you have these kinds of labels that you can use to cover things up. Don't forget priorities, check it off. You could use those. You could use these things. If you didn't want the little arrow part, you could cut that off. You could use these to call, to buy, focus on, dinner plans. Like, you could definitely use those. You could have this day of the week be your work schedule if you wanted to do that, and kind of put that sticker up there. You could really do anything that you wanted to do with these, as long as you have a sticker to put on there, it'll totally work. So I'll show you what I would typically do. I like this size, or let's see, this size of stickers to cover things up if I'm gonna change the categories up. So if I'm gonna use one of these would actually be my preference if I can find them. The other ones will work, but they are not my favorite. So then I'll just put down one of these guys, and then I would just write in what I want to do. Or if you are someone that's really good at hand lettering, I'm not that good at that. I'm actually not very good at it all. But if you wanted to, you could even hand letter your categories and it would look beautiful. You could use one of these to put on here. Again, you could relabel it with something like one of those other things that we found in here. So you could do, instead of errands, that category could become a whole list of things that you need to remember that week. And then that is already done for you. You just have to decide what you want to use each category for, but it's super flexible. And if you wanted to have it even be memory keeping, you could, I don't know, you could label each box. You could maybe like write a quote from your kids every day here. Like, I don't see that that could be outside of the realm of possibilities. Something I've also seen people do that don't love this page, but really like this page, is they actually fully customize a whole page. And Heather Kell is someone that is really good at doing that. She always customizes the left-hand side, so you should definitely check out her channel as well. But I really like to use these boxes in just kind of the setup space. But if you wanted to check out someone who fully customizes this, like I'm talking like punches scrapbook paper and like puts stickers on it and then puts that in here, then check out her channel as well. That's not something I have ever done, so that's not an experience that I can share. But that would be like, first you need to decide what you want to use the planner for, and then second, you want to decide what categories you want to have over here. And then what I like to do typically is I use my phone as a pre-planning tool, and that is really so that I can have a calendar to share with my husband, because I don't want him touching my planners. Like, if he needs to use my planners for a reference, he totally can, but I would rather he not. So I have all of my pre-planning done there, and so that I can kind of visually see what's going on with long-term things and all of that good stuff. So then when I go to plan, I will have my phone like right here, if I'm not planning on camera, that is. If it's like a family type thing, or if it's for my catch-all specifically, I'll have my phone off to the side. If I'm planning in my social media planner, I might pre-plan with like sticky notes or something like that, so that I can see what's going on, so that I don't overload my day. And sometimes if there is crossover, I want to make sure that I have all of those planners going at the same time so that I can double check. And sometimes I'll need to add things from my social media onto my catch-all so that I can see what that day looks like. I don't really need it to be super full. I can't really handle doing more than like 2 things in a day. Like, that's pretty much where I get maxed out. Like this weekend, so we went to my father-in-law's to get him vaccinated, and then we went over, he lives near an organic farm that we really like to go to. It's where we go to the pumpkin patch and stuff. And so we went to the farm afterwards. So at the end of that day, I was done. Like, I was totally done. I'm a super introvert, but I like to make sure that when I'm looking at my days, that I only have 2 things. And if I have more than that, then I will try my best to move things around if I can. Sometimes I can't, because I either didn't schedule the event, like it's not something that I created or something like that, but I do my very best to make sure that that happens. So yeah, find your way to use it. Make sure you're pre-planning. Some things, again, you can use Happy Planner sticky notes. You can even create a full-on pre-planning sheet if you want to. You can pre-plan on your phone digitally. You can write down a list and do that. I have done that in the past, but pre-planning is really important with the dashboard as well. So then I want to give you guys a few tips and tricks and like hacks for this particular layout to make it easier for you to plan. So we've got kind of like how to use this and how to get started using it and different ideas for how you can use it. But I want to show you a couple of things as far as the decorative side that really work for me and kind of my style. Okay, I just grabbed out a couple of sticker books. So this is actually a big sticker book, and this is a hack for all of you. So some of the big stickers will not work because they are written on vertically, but other ones definitely will with this particular hack that I'm going to show you. So like that one is on the edge because the flowers are going that way. But if there are stickers that have a pattern that you can flip and do, let's see, I wonder if there are going to be any. Oh yeah, like this one. Like you can flip this one and you can use it in a different way. But stickers that are punched and sized for the big planner, will fit in these boxes. So, and specifically this one is where I like to use them if I'm gonna cover that up. So you could just line this up and then you will be good to go. You might need to push it a little bit further towards the rings, but it definitely fits in there very nicely. I don't know if they intended for them to be like to fit that way, but they do. They work really, really nicely. And I have such a hard time getting stickers down like without them being crooked. And you can see that it will leave, well, maybe you can't, it's a little bit bright, but it might leave a little bit of this line. And if it's color coordinated or like goes all the way to the edge like that, that would work really well in your planner. But if it's not, you could always just grab a coordinating washi. And then for some of us, I know that this little like cutout right here, like this where it doesn't exactly match up, might bug you, but you could always just grab, I don't know, I'm just grabbing stickers at this point, but you could grab something like this and put it down. And then let's see if there's actually any of those washi stickers. Those washi stickers are my favorite in scenarios like this. You could also cut the top of a sticker, or you could do any kind of long label type sticker. So anything like this. Let's see, these are all weekend related, but you could definitely put those on there if you wanted this to be weekend related, or you could grab one of these that matches. I'm sure there are others. Oh, Think Positive Babe, that's perfect. Well, not exactly. It is perfect, but this one now says something else and it's gonna bug me. Anyway, this is a pretend spread, so I'm not gonna get too wrapped up in it. But what you could do, and you could take this all the way to the edge, so that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna take this all the way over here to this edge to meet up here, and then there will be a little space over here. And it doesn't have to have words on it. You could just get something with like a little heart or something. That's gonna be too big though. But a little sticker, like you could even put a little floral or a leaf, or if this is like a back to school thing, you could put, I don't know, you could really put anything. You could do a calculator, you could do a little push pin, whatever you have available in your stickers. And you can definitely cut stickers as well, like if that works better for you. They also have smaller little circle stickers that you can use. Or again, you can like cut stickers apart and put something there. So yeah, just put like hello today. See, boom. So this is a big sticker and it will fit and cover that box up. You could also use them over here. So it will probably cover up your date, but if that doesn't matter to you, then you could totally use them there. If you're looking to use the same hack and you're using a mini dashboard planner, you can use the classic size box stickers and do the same thing. If you have either one of the box punches and you want to use like paper to, or like scrapbook paper to do this, you can do the same thing. So you can punch out a big punch size of scrapbook paper and put it here, or you can do a big punch out of classic and put it in the mini dashboard. Something else that I really like to do is I like to use monthly boxes. And I think this All the Feels has some classic size monthly boxes in here. And these are just like little tips that I have learned and that work really well for me. So I might use something like this, because you can put it either on the inside in here and it won't cover up your date, or you can put it on the outside edge of your box. And either way that you do that, you'll still have a space to put something functional. So if you still want to have like a decorative element in here, but you also want to, I don't know, have something functional like a box or anything really that you might need. So we'll just put this just because we're in this sticker book. So today's focus, maybe you need to really focus on something that day, and you want to still save space to be able to write something. You could, of course, also just write on the lines of your planner, but I'm very extra. And so I like to have things in boxes. So you could do that. And then you could even put like a little quote sticker down here if you want to get real crazy. You could put a smiley face. You could really do, you know, the world is your oyster, my friend. You could put that over here. Yeah, and just kind of balance out the space. That's what I basically like to do, is I like to balance out the space. I might even put one other little decorative thing in here because because I'm a little crazy. Okay, and then maybe your focus is exciting. Maybe it's an OMG worthy focus. So then you might put it here like this. So then, ta-da, your box is done. The only bad thing about like trying to balance out your box like this is if something else comes up, you're gonna have to like put it over here or something, but that's totally fine. Other things that I like to use that I have found to be very functional in my dashboard planner are, like I said, these strips of washi stickers or these long strips. I really like them. Some of the dashboard sticker books also have, you know, weekend banners that go here. So I don't love using a weekend banner in my dashboard planner, but you totally can, and I just wanted you to see that. And then other things, like I just really like to use that long washi in my planner. And these are not my real plans. Anytime you have something that's sized for like a horizontal or like a longer double box sticker for a student planner, you can just put those right in here and they fit really nicely in here. So some of those horizontal stickers, especially the mini ones, work really well in the dashboard. I like those a lot. I also really like mini decor because you can put a lot more of that in this space. And then something else that I've seen people do is they will fully use this space as decorative and then like this space down at the bottom as journaling to really make this as creative as possible. So that is the video. So those are my dashboard planner tips, tricks, hacks, things that I've learned along the way, things that I've seen in the community. If you have any other tips or tricks or hacks for your dashboard planner, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know them. I definitely want to make sure that you guys are getting all of the tips and tricks that you need and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, hi, my name is Caitlin, and I would absolutely love it if you would hit that red subscribe button down below and join this fantastic community that we have going on here. That would mean the absolute world to me. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. If you want to find me in other places, you can also find me over on Instagram, the Spice Chaos Podcast. Feel free to binge all of our old episodes. We are currently on a break, but feel free to binge all of those if you'd like. And then you can also find me writing over on the Paper Planners Essentials magazine. Every month you'll see a new article in the Planner Tea section from me, so you can check that out. And then if you'd like to use any of my affiliate codes, discount codes, that kind of thing, all of that stuff is linked down below, and I definitely appreciate your support in using those things. That means a lot to me as well. So thank you in advance for doing that. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.